Okay. So, we started our last session back in the housing quarters of the Adventurers Guild in Clancamrye. Having spent the past weekend catching up on your sleep, giving your reports to Inspector Prickett, getting your 3,000 gold piece reward from Deuce down in the Smiling Blades hangout for finding his stolen item, and putting an end to the dastardly doppelganger Sarek. You had a brand new week ahead of you, and new adventures to be had. The good fortune celebrations of Findar are now underway, and you guys are taking the opportunity to improve your skills and learn some new ones. But there was some business to attend to first. On Kilar'une, Rook headed down to speak with Clerk, only to be reminded that you all had scheduled an appointment with Professor Gilmore regarding shape changers, and that he was now waiting for you. You quickly gathered round and followed Clerk's directions up to a small scroll and book-filled office in the guild building proper to find Gilmore expecting you. It became apparent very quickly that Gilmore was aware that you had already dealt with your shape changer problem, but wanted to keep this appointment time to express a few things to you instead. Gilmore first congratulated you on dealing with Sarek, stating that you had not only saved Vayne, but had also done a great service for the city. Sarek's reputation before joining the Smiling Blades was one filled with death, blackmail, and torture. And had he been allowed to continue operating in Clancamrye, he likely would have returned to his old ways. Gilmore was also impressed with your conduct with the law enforcement, given the testy relationship between the guild and the King's Guard. It was then that Gilmore handed you a pouch of 1,000 gold pieces, courtesy of Inspector Prickett. I popped this into your sheet already, Roshana. Prickett gave you this as a reward for dealing with Sarek, and also as a reminder to keep things hush-hush until the guards had dealt with the case fully. With the coin divvied up, Gilmore went on to explain that, as a group, you four have proven to be the most efficient and hardworking of the most recent influx of adventurers. The others have yet to form their groups or have unfortunately left, and not all by their own intent. Gilmore asked that you use the upcoming few weeks of downtime during the Good Fortune celebrations to hone your skills and rest up before the upcoming Warriors' Day tournament, which he highly suggested that you participate in. Once simply a means of offering towards the gods, the tournament is now used as an exhibition of various warriors and adventurers of Kali against a whole host of monsters. Many nobles, aristocrats, and businesses look towards the arena the day of the tournament to scout for adventurers for their expertise. The tournament consists of 3 rounds: a timed brawl, a scouting mission for a particular item within the arena itself, and finally an all-out brawl against a prized monster for the tournament. Past celebrations saw the inclusion of a young black dragon as the toughest opponent, and though it had been shackled and muzzled, the beast proved to be too strong and failed a participant. The dragon then had to be destroyed, and the tournament abandoned that year. Many efforts have been made to avoid such mistakes again, including the resignation of the Parliament Minister. But this should give you all an idea of the caliber of monster that you could be up against. Afterwards, you have all been invited to a dinner party hosted by the Guild as their up-and-coming new group, in thanks for all the hard work you have done in the very short amount of time that you've been at the Guild. There are certain to be friends and acquaintances of the Guild there who might be looking for adventurers to solve these problems. With all that said, Gilmore asked if you had any other questions, seeing as it is difficult to get a hold of him at the best of times, with his work at the Arcane Academy occupying most of his time. Rook inquired about the use of an observatory, as a celestial body, or more accurately a fireball, is to make an appearance in the skies. Gilmore gave you access to the observatory that he occasionally uses for his research above the nature sanctuary, and accepted Rook's invitation to join you and Fern Fiddlehead for the event tonight. As you made to leave, Gilmore asked that Kato stay behind, as he had something personal to ask of him. It turns out that Master Gry, head of the Lythandrios practice, had asked for Professor Gilmore's help in figuring out the origin of Kato's dream. As Gilmore himself is a professor of the arcane world and its forces, he believes that he has been asked this as the folks of the temple are having difficulty, he presumes, determining what deity or entity would put such a vision in Kato's head. And they are now looking for some outside perspective. Gilmore assured Kato that the information surrounding his dream has not been shared with anyone else, and Gilmore's involvement was only entertained out of necessity. Kato then gave Gilmore a transcript of his dream for his own study, and while Gilmore has his hypotheses, he would like to do some more research and maybe contact a few others, with Kato's permission, of course, so that he is sure to make the correct assumption before bringing it to Kato. The plan in place, you bid each other adieu. Down in the entry hall, the rest of you made a stop at Lumede's workshop, the silver dragonborn artificer who is currently working on your broken umbrella that Rook left in their care. Rook paid the 200 gold pieces for the repairs of the umbrella, to which Lumede guesstimates should take about a couple of months at least to repair, as it is usually just themselves within the shop. Kato met up with you all again as you were leaving, and you headed out the guild building proper. As you exited the front doors, Gilmore stopped you once more to inform you, Vayne, that the auction of the caravan's vehicles was tomorrow, and that Inspector Prickett had arranged for the proceeds to be used for the real Monty's funeral expenses. You all headed to the nature sanctuary, and while Rook, Roshana, and Kato checked out the observatory for tonight's spectacle, Vayne, you followed a rather concerned Fern Fiddlehead into a room lined with pots to find that Plancifer has grown very large in size, now occupying a 5-foot diameter pot. Vayne spoke briefly with Plancifer, mostly about finding them a better place to stretch their roots. However, outside the room, Fern explained that Plancifer has had to be moved to a pot as they've been encroaching into other plant spaces, and it is difficult to prune Plancifer because with the ability to verbalize, he's also able to scream. Up in the observatory, Rook recounted to Roshana and Kato that he used to stargaze back home in the Zoltari wastes, on top of a large canopy tree. Rook then asked Roshana if you could head to Roshana's parents' home and shop in the Merchants District to pick up some nibbles before the Celestial event tonight. Roshana, who had been wanting to see her parents again, said yes, and you headed down to the Shabafay Family Butchers and Delicatessen. So we'll hop there now. Roshana and Rook, you are currently in the carriage on the way to the Merchants District. Kato, do you want to go with? Vayne too. Up to yourselves.
To Merchants District. Sure.
Vayne would probably be at the, I think I said Vayne would be at the shop doing stuff.
Okay. No worries. It doesn't take long before Roshana and Rook, you both arrive at your parents' shop, Roshana. As you walk in, you see that the shop has become quite busy. And Sarah behind the counter waves to you, Roshana. You here to see your parents?
Yes, we are actually.
Okay. Give me 2 moments, please. And you see that she's currently finishing up a transaction with one of the customers ahead. The selection hasn't exactly grown, but you definitely notice that there are a lot more patrons than you had seen before. Some old faces that had also left and had taken their business elsewhere are returning, it seems.
expecting.
See, when you see the back door opens, leading, there's little steps leading up to your living room as such, and you see your dad walks down the steps. Oh, a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I've been wanting to come by for a while, but we've been busy with some work for the guild. But
It's good. It's good.
No.
Good to be busy.
Yeah.
And he walks over and just picks you up in a big hug. He puts a hand out to you, Rook.
Hi, I'm here for Nibbles, and I'll shake his hand.
Oh, Nibbles.
Just like dried, like meat, something kind of fancy, kind of showy. Just a little get together I've got going on. Soon.
We can certainly do that for you now if you'd like.
Well, I mean, take your time. I won't be going till Roshana is, presumably, so if you guys want to catch up, then I'll just hang out.
No problem at all. You're free to hang around here, or you can hop into the living room as well if you prefer. The door's open, whichever you like.
Sure, I'll go hang out in there. Give me a shout when you're about done, Roshana.
He's a good egg, he says as Rook heads over to the living room. How are you keeping?
I'm actually doing fine. It's been a tough few days. Just for you and Mom's sake, I will not be going into details of what's been going on. Don't want you guys having heart attacks.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that, I think. Okay.
I do, however, see that business is going better here.
It seems to be. Your friend Vayne, his little Jingle, seems to have kicked things off around here.
I bet.
We've had people coming over from the Arcane District, which is, pretty far to get your meats and your cheeses, but
Yeah.
we're not complaining. Here, Mom's in the kitchen. We'll head on back.
Okay.
So yeah, you walk up the steps through the living room, and then take the right into where your mum is currently cooking. Seems to be preparing soup for the next batch. Oh, Roshana. She gives you a quick hug.
Mom.
Sorry if I'd known you're coming, would have prepared something. Just, you can see we're quite busy.
I have seen.
It's good. How are you keeping? Are you doing well? Are you eating right? Or
I'm doing all right. It's been a busy few days, but besides that, I'm doing great.
that's good. Brilliant.
We have a few days off for now because of the festival.
Oh yes.
We also wanted to have some dried snacks
Of
for
course.
later tonight.
Certainly.
If possible.
Could do that for you, no problem. Darling, can you head over and get one of the boards? See if we could wrap it up and maybe have like a little ensemble of meats and cheeses and the like to go. And your dad goes, no problem, I'll get sorted with that. And he heads out the side door, back in towards the main shop. Roshana, I wanted to say to you, like, I know we were very much worried, at the beginning of the month. But even with the pickup in business recently, we're starting to turn things around. Please don't worry about us.
You know I will.
And I will you. She gives a slight, bit of a smile to that. But you seem to be doing well. And before I forget, Priestess Alara said there's something going on next week at the temple.
Oh yeah.
The moon gaze celebrations, I believe. It's
Yes.
18th and the 19th. She said that she knows that you're busy, but she would like you just for at one point to make a stop at the temple.
I definitely will.
She doesn't expect anything, but she just said to turn up and bring your symbol.
Of course.
Righty. Is there anything on your mind?
There's just things that have happened in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I've said that I wouldn't be going into detail about it because, I don't want to worry you guys. And things can be dangerous.
Yeah.
But it's been tough.
I bet. You're all looking out for each other, though, aren't you?
We are. Yes. I thought that I was almost losing a friend of mine. We did
Nice.
not, luckily, but we looked close. But he's still here.
Yes. I'd like to say that maybe if, the gods were less ignorant and more understanding, that, perhaps this could have been avoided, but I know it seems whatever path you head down, when it comes to fighting, there is always going to be that risk.
There is.
And I cannot help but worry, as you said yourself.
Yeah, I know.
And I understand you not wanting to say anything to us, but just promise me that you'll look out for yourself, and if not me, then at least find someone else to speak to about it.
Of course.
She drops the ladle again and just comes over and just gives you a big hug. Rubs your back for a bit.
Thanks, Mom. I needed that.
I'm just glad you're right.
As am I.
At this point, your
Yeah.
dad comes in with a massive platter. It seems he's found another board to cover with the grapes and the cheeses as he comes walking back in. Oh, I'm interrupting something. Come here. And with the two boards in hand, he just puts both of his big arms around both of you. I hope this is enough.
I think that's enough, yes.
And he sticks his head through to you.
Mhm.
Excuse me, Rook. Got 2 platters here for you.
Rook is just jingling a chain filled with padlocks above a ferret on the coffee table. Oh, that looks great, thank you.
Right. I'll just leave them here on the counter when you're ready.
Perfect.
Please make sure it doesn't go next door.
Oh no, look, and he'll click his finger and it disappears. It's just doesn't have to be here.
Oh. And wide-eyed, he turns back to you, Roshana. It seems you're learning new things every day.
Yes.
Well.
Yes, we do.
Certainly
us.
seems that way.
What do we need to... Well, he likes the locks. Can't keep him cooped up.
Oh.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. Roshana's dad just nods and turns back into the shop again. A little bit bemused and befuddled.
Is that you, Roshana, or are we gonna hit the
Yeah.
road, or do you want to stick around for a while?
No, we can go ahead and hit the road. Before I go and leave, I give my mom a big hug again.
Mhm.
And then we go.
As you're running out of the shop once more, your mother stops you and goes, "Oh, wait, and she pours a massive container of soup for the lot of you.
I'm gonna hide 20 gold pieces underneath the couch cushions.
Okay.
It's tradition.
Uh-huh. Okay, and with your soup all packed up, you head on back to the Adventurers Guild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soup.
Yeah.
Good soup.
Yeah, so, yeah, soup and platters in tow. Roshana, as you get halfway back in the journey, you look into your bag and you realize that those little pouches that yourself and the rest of the guides had hidden,
Mm-hmm.
they've all been put in your bag.
Fuck.
I need to count again, but I think it was roughly 120 gold pieces.
Yeah. I think it was 120.
So yeah, you can divvy that up however you like.
Yeah.
Or it could be another one of Roshana's little secrets.
No, I will share. I will share.
Okay. So, with the coming of night, you all headed up into the observatory that towers over the nature sanctuary. Looking out into the sky above Clancamrye, though it seems from the view up here that the sky is much less affected by the city lights from below. With widened eyes, you all saw an orange ball of flame tear across the sky. As though time had slowed down, Rook, you looked on as you felt your hands heat up and realized that they themselves were aflame. With a glowing orb of fire growing between your hands. In a panic, Rook, you gestured your hands towards the sky and Kamehameha, a ginormous fireball into the air, mirroring the celestial visitor as it screamed past. When the flames petered out, you realized, Rook, that witnessing the fireball has seemed to have unlocked a deep starborn power within yourself. Something that you can now replicate time and time again, if you so wish. Something that you only realized after Gilmore told you you had the fireball spell, and after the four of you all put your hands in the air like you just didn't care and screamed, expecting fire to fly from all of your hands.
You'll get it next time.
With the events of the evening dying down, you had your little picnic, courtesy of the Shabafé family, beneath the stars, and stayed in the observatory for the night. You were awoken next morning by a mighty floral pong, as each and every individual flower in the nature sanctuary, and indeed all throughout Clancamrye, and possibly beyond, bloomed to greet the spring air, filling the air with their fragrance and wish for a lively year ahead. Vayne, you headed over to Montegore's Magic Emporium, the deed of which, Vayne, is now in your possession. Inside, you inspected the building. While the stonework seems to be solid and airtight, the roof has had many leaks, and unfortunately the floors and the wooden walls have also taken quite a bit of damage. You also ran into a disgruntled Morona, the eldest of the goblin children, who you took a bit off guard by offering to let them stay in one of the upper floors of the shop until things could be sorted out properly. Morona thanked you and quickly ran upstairs to inform the rest of the children before they scurried further up into the building. Meanwhile, Kato went to do some research in the library, and Rook, you organized to get some money from everyone to pay for components for health potions. And Roshana and Rook, you also headed to Beans for the first time since joining the guild. So, as you're walking through the grounds of the guild themselves, I'll bring you over to the map. You decide to make a quick stop. You see a rather small building with an exterior, though it has the same slate tiling that the next door guild grocers has. Though the front of the shop itself, it's literally just like the bottom half of a stable door. And right now inside you don't see anyone in there, but the light is on. And lining the walls you see various different bags, different accoutrements that are there to prepare said beans into a brew. And it's the smell of coffee that hits you as you walk forward. What would you like to do?
I timidly walk into the shop.
Yeah. Funny though, you can't actually walk in.
Yeah. Oh, what is
You-
it like?
Kiosk, I
Wow.
think.
Kind
yeah,
of,
it's
yeah.
like a
You-
down-ish.
You jimmy the
Yeah.
door a little bit and you can't seem to get past.
Oh,
This would hardly be a time to pop the lock.
there's an option.
I mean,
would not suggest that if I were you.
who said that?
From around, like literally you're looking down this small little shop and then slightly off to the right, you see a black snout begins to emerge from one of the side doors. Long black horns curling forward towards the front of the snout. A large, but also a hobbling black dragonborn shuffles over. How might I help you? Big toothy grin.
Do you own beans?
I might.
There's a lack of certainty in that statement that I don't appreciate.
How unfortunate. Would you like some beans?
Yeah, Rook, I think he's the owner.
Kato, take over.
Me take over? I don't even know what you want.
I don't know if he knows what I want. I don't even know if he knows what he sells.
Oh, I do.
I think he named his shop Beans, and we see a lot of beans. I think he knows beans.
A bean connoisseur, you might call me.
Might I?
Yes.
Alright, Mr. Bean Connoisseur. What sort of selection do you have here?
Well, everything from the top Buckley to the bottom Buckley and beyond. We've got some beans, some Ajira, if you'd so like, or from Nasserix. Even a few from the continent of Isolde as well.
And can't I ask, when you say beans, do you mean beans of all variety? Be that for baking, brewing, consuming, and the such, or what are we talking like? I'm confused as to why you're here.
Well, the adventurers here quite like the coffee, you see.
Okay.
Coffee beans is mostly what we trade in.
Do you have a particular roast that you're recommending at the moment?
For such sprightly adventurers at yourselves, I'd suggest the... Let me look at my notes. Sorry, one moment, please. I'd suggest the runner beans.
The runner beans.
Yeah.
What's
And-
special about the runner beans?
These beans give you a little bit of an extra kick, if you get what I'm saying. But, beware. It can knock you out if you let it.
Okay, well, it sounds pretty simple. Just don't let it knock you out.
Yes.
And how much are these beans?
Oh, these beans will put you back about 25 gold pieces for 10 servings.
What plant specifically are these beans derived from?
Ah. He waggles a long, hooked finger.
Those are trade secrets.
That would be telling. And I assure
Yes.
you I have many competitors that would like to know.
Rook, if he told you what plant it came from, that would mean you'd just lose out on sales.
I mean, not necessarily. It might give me an appreciation for its rarity. It also might let me know how overpriced the idea of 25 gold would be for runner beans.
Well,
Have I ever heard of these beans?
no.
Have I heard of these beans?
No.
Damn.
From another continent,
That you
Thousands.
know.
thousands of miles away.
These beans come from the depths of Suma.
Suma.
Very
Is
Is that a
difficult
place?
to get your
Is that a
hands
place
on.
I've heard of?
Sumar is the southernmost nation of Kali. It's on the
Ah,
equator.
okay.
You know, the Rune is currently
Ah.
there, which is why she couldn't come back to speak to you guys earlier.
Ah.
I see. It's
Ah.
it's right below Cadmia and the Zaltari
So
waste.
this ne.
And Zaltari. Okay.
Thank you for reminding me of my exam.
Oh,
no.
Oops.
All right. Well, and how many people would this 25 golds worth of beans serve? How many servings?
10.
Okay, well that's not so bad. It's 2.5 gold per serving.
You're quite astute.
Thank you. Sure. I'll try out your recommendation.
Very well. Would you like a flask?
A flask?
Well, coffee like this takes about 10 minutes to brew, but it must be consumed within 24 hours to reap the benefits.
Hmm.
A flask
Oh, so
will
you-
keep it that long.
Oh, good. Sure.
That'd be an extra 5 gold pieces.
Oh, well, that's how
please.
they get you, isn't it, with all the add-ons?
Indeed.
Sure. And how many servings does a flask hold?
Just the one.
All right. Well, if you guys want flask, you'll buy your own. I'll buy a flask.
Alrighty.
I do too.
Okay. And how about for the older gentleman?
I'm fine, thanks.
Could put a spring in your step. I see you have blades.
Think I'll just borrow from my good friend here.
Suit yourself. Okay, I'll put it in Roshana and Rook's. Just so that you know what it does. Pleasure doing business with you. I hope you shall come round again. The name is Crampit.
Sorry, did you say crampet?
Crampit.
I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that name in the chat, please.
Yes.
Oh, I misspelled it. Crampod
Oh,
is what
no.
I wrote. Crampit.
Ah, I see. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yes.
Is he an older gentleman, or is it just eccentric?
Oof. Give me a perception or insight. Figure out.
Sure. Oh.
Oh, very nice.
Oh.
He looks to be about middle age, you think, for a dragonborn? But it definitely seems like he's much older than his years.
Such exotic beans must have been all over.
Yes, well, I'm from Suma myself. These are staples of ours.
I see.
And just for my own curiosity, your beans and their ample effects, are they permitted to be used within the upcoming festivities? Namely the tournament arena.
They should be, yes.
Good. Just best to know these things in advance.
Yes. We have other beans as well, if you like. Those are our most popular, but beans for early risers as well.
Personally, I'm content with these at the moment. Maybe my companions here would be interested, but I'll certainly be getting back to you.
Very well.
Maybe next time.
Of course. There's many beans to go around.
Yeah.
I can see.
All right. Well, it's been good.
Yes. And you see he pulls like the canister of like freshly brewed coffee and just drinks straight from the tip.
That's me.
Good stuff.
Well, it's getting late. Gonna...
Yes. Good day. He turns on the spot and begins hobbling back towards the back of the shop.
You know, Rook, you should be happy he didn't try to sell you one of those metal straw things.
Why?
Because those might be expensive too.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, you know, they'll always try to sell you these extra little bits, you know, just because it's got a name on the side of it. Because
Yeah.
it, you know, it looks cool or whatever. You don't really need them, but...
Rook, you realize you could just use an empty sack for the beans.
I can't hear you from all the way over there, Kato.
God. I said you could just use an empty sack for the beans. I don't think you needed to buy the flask.
No, the flask is for holding the actual, like, coffee liquid that's produced. So I could spend, like, I don't know, 10 minutes brewing it up, and then I could put it in here, and then I could give that to you, and then throughout your day, if you feel the need for it, you can give it a little chug and get a bit of more pep in your step.
I was under the impression that these were just beans you ate.
No. No. This is coffee, Kato. You know what coffee is?
Yes, I know what coffee is, Rook.
Okay, I didn't want to presume, but you seemed quite confused. We'll give it a shot. Actually, I think if I brew something up before the fights in the arena, that could be quite beneficial.
Oh yeah.
Right. What is this still the day of the 11th?
It is the 12th currently.
Oh right. Yeah, this is the 12th.
How is Pupper doing?
Pupper is fine. He's wandering over and back.
Doing the tippy taps.
He's doing the tippy taps.
Yeah. Alright, you can continue on if you like.
Sure.
So, Beth and Dag, the 13th of Findar comes around. The start of the boot camps and classes that are being partly sponsored by the guild and that you have all decided to participate in. And coincidentally, it's also Kato's birthday. To which you, the party, gifted him the +1 short sword from your magical loot pile that you had gathered from the battle with Seric. After divvying up the rest of the loot, you headed over to the gatehouse to order your carriages to your respective classes, when Kato learned from Clerk that he had received a package and a letter from his mentor, Aldane Ern. The package was a birthday present in the form of a new gold blade, covered in maple leaves with a red stone set into the pommel, which the rest of you remarked made your present look like shit, but, Roshana said you'll celebrate it better at another point. Edmund also took the opportunity to send off his letter, to which Roshana also said that you should probably say thanks to Larima at some point, Vayne, for her using of the letter to find your location. You then each headed to your classes. Vayne headed over to the Thandela to develop his carpentry skills, while the rest of you headed over to the arena. Rook became a master of the shield. Kato started his journey to become more mobile. And Roshana, as you headed over to Section 3, diagonally across the way from Kato's group, you walked towards the back of the section, amidst all the people lifting weights and whatnot, to find guild head Madame Vorsa stood there in her vestments, great axe left off to the side with her hands on her hips. Roshana, is it? Yeah, good to have you. I was pleased to hear someone try for this class. People, these days, they are too focused on shooting from far away, but I prefer to get up in the nitty-gritty.
Do I?
You should know. You are the only one who signed up.
Truly?
Yes. So you get to have me all to yourself. Lucky you.
Lucky me.
Alrighty. You see her shift her weight and lower her stance, hands held loosely in front of her in a combative position.
Mm-hmm.
Run it to me with everything you've got.
Of course.
Yeah. Roshana, on the first day, you went up against Madame Vorsa. You crash into her again and again and again, and each time she finds a way to grab a hold of you, twist you around, and just sends you flat on your ass again. The next day, she pits you against a bunch of her admiring helpers, who are instructed to run into you and block your path as you weave past them and tunnel towards a practice tackle bag at the far side, with the aim of barreling into it. With each charge and tumble, you feel your stomach doing flips, and at one point you can't keep your breakfast down and you run off to the side with the other folks that are having a wee poke for themselves. As you are trying to settle yourself, out of the corner of your eye, you see a tall and familiar figure run up to you. They pull your hair out of your face. Are you okay, Roshana? You see, Ronnie has come running over from lifting weights in Section 4. She herself is quite pale, and she just scoops your hair out of your face.
I think I had a bit too much for breakfast.
Oh dear. You see she coughs a little bit and just like puts her hand over her mouth. What are you doing here?
I'm doing the training with. I had it here. I'm doing the charger training with Madame Forsa.
Oh boy.
And I'm the only participant.
Oh, double boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm here doing strength training myself. Not how I wanted to spend my holiday, but here we are.
I mean, if it doesn't hurt.
You say that. She, like, with her hair, like, still held in her hand, she, like, puts her head up to the side and coughs up a bit herself. Yep. No pain, no gain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll chat to you later. She pats you on the back and begins running back. So, on the last day, Roshana, you were pitted against Madame Vorsa once more, and her helpers. You charge forward, knocking into her helpers as they come rushing towards you. And after a few failed attempts, finally you reach Madame Vorsa, unawares, wrap your arms around her midsection, and tackle her towards the ground. Yes, that's it. She stares up at you. Again. She helps lift you off of her before she hands you your shield and your warhammer to really let loose. And yeah, that was the end of the first week. The lot of you were jelly-legged, covered in bruises, splinters,
Ouch.
cuts, and Vayne, in particular, covered in wood shavings. As the weekend came around. Vayne, you headed over to the Grave District, and you met with Imem Dufon to discuss Montecore's grave, to which the sum of 500 gold pieces has been procured. Not entirely certain of what to go for, you decided to hopefully speak with Larima first to see if she has any insight as to how Monty would have wanted his grave decorated.
Mm-hmm.
Rook was busy making health potions, practicing his newfound shield skills and making awkward conversation with Fern Fiddlehead, in which you learned that Fern wasn't actually supposed to be running the Nature Sanctuary, but rather that the job was meant for a very preoccupied fellow named Toros, who you are yet to meet proper. Kato, you took your time to very casually look into different guilds concerning slavery, to which you found that slavery has been abolished since the formation of the Carolisian Council nearly 700 years ago. Unfortunately, there are most definitely still those who profit from such betrayals and sheer disrespect of peoples, and you figured, Kato, that speaking to some adventuring parties or people already on the field might prove to be more fruitful in your search. You also went to the Temple of Heavenly Bodies to do some research regarding the moon becoming an eye symbolism that you saw in your dream. Nothing definitive has been reached, but your research continues. Roshana, is there anything you would like to do this weekend?
A good one.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah. No, I was mumbling. I'm sorry.
No worries.
That's a good one. I would have wanted to meet up with Ronnie in the weekend. Because I didn't really get to speak to Ronnie about what I wanted to speak to her about at the arena, because there was too much looking involved.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do. And go and visit Princess Alara.
Very well. So we'll say on the Carnaby, you arranged to meet up with Ronnie at one of the many pandanas that are throughout the city of Clancamrye. And you catch up with her for coffee.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to ask me?
Yeah, when we were at the Graves District, talking about the weird stuff with the bodies from a while back. I said it very softly, of course,
Yeah.
so none other people will hear.
Yeah.
I saw a weird big lady there, and the others didn't see her.
We see she kind of like sits up a little bit straighter and her eyes go a bit wide. Right. You saw her.
I did. The other times when I was there, I didn't see her anymore. But I tried looking for her, but I didn't see her then.
Yeah. She probably wasn't there the last times you went looking for her. She's... In some ways, she's hard to miss, but she's the protector of the Grave District.
Uh-huh.
She watches over the grounds constantly just to make sure that there isn't any undead.
Hey, I was just curious about her because I didn't expect to see her there.
Yeah, I imagine that was quite a shock.
Mm-hmm. I haven't told the guys about it yet, but yeah, I don't know if I should, how I should. It's been a while.
I don't see any harm. I mean, you guys have entered the Grave District quite often.
Yeah.
Maybe just bring it up when it's appropriate. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's also not really my place to say. I mean, I work there kind of part-time, but like I'm no authority figure. I can't decide that for you.
No, of course.
Do you want another bun? I'm gonna grab another one.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and she heads off.
Mhm.
We'll say then on the next day, then Anaresh, you find the time to head over to the Moongrove Temple to speak with Priestess Laura.
Yes.
Hey, Roshana.
Hello, Priestess.
Oh, good to see you.
Ah, likewise. Mom said you needed to see me.
Ah, yes. Well, the Moon Gaze celebrations are coming up.
Mhm.
I understand that you're busy. You have your boot camps coming, so
Yes.
no problem. We have everything sorted. But I would like you to come on the second day of the Moon Gaze.
Of course.
And remember your symbol.
Yes.
And where is your troop of merry men?
Oh, they're doing their own things. Or free time, after all.
Yes. Well, keep it tight leash on them.
I will.
They are bit of a funny bunch.
That they are.
Yes. Would you like some biscuits? We've just made some.
Oh, sure. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, you head into the back where the quote-unquote tabernacle is. And she immediately just starts pulling at all like these little iced biscuits, different variations of the moon's design on them.
Biscuits. Come.
Probably should have left these for the festival, but they're made now. We should eat them.
Always
Life's too
eat them
short.
fresh.
Yes, indeed. Alrighty. If there's anything else, rest of you guys, anything else you want to add?
No.
Good stuff.
Nothing from
No.
Rook.
Alrighty. So, the second week of your boot camps, there we go, start up. After many stretches alongside your adventuring friend Sully, Kato, from the guild, you finally gain the mobile feat. And are immediately brought down into the lower floors of the arena by Lythandrios, where you meet Mincemeat, your Goliath tutor in the quest to toughen up whilst drinking wriggly soup and sweating through your jammies. Rook, you went to the academy to learn about extracting resources from monsters in your harvesting class. You got the tools and the knowledge to disembowel basilisks and rip the hips from deep rose halls. Vayne, you started your observation trial with Fern Fiddlehead in the nature sanctuary, opening up your senses to the world around you and every single stimuli that can be found within. You are well in your way to becoming an observer. Roshana, at the beginning of the week, you took a carriage down to the Thandela, where your next course is taking place. Upon arriving at the Thandela, you come across one of the many coordinators organizing the many adventurers and customers that are attending the Merchants District and bombarding this gentleman with many questions. Yes, Roshana Shabafi.
Yeah, that's me.
Here for the chef's course, yes?
Yes, I am.
You are indeed correct. On the correct floor already. Head over to the courtyard and you will find your instructors, Miss Nora Sterling and Mr. Peter Sterling.
Of course. Thank you.
So, Roshana, you walk through the building portion to enter the central courtyard that looks up to the surrounding multi-story building around it. For the purposes of the classes, the center has been filled with numerous tables and makeshift stoves, whereas the far outskirts, there we go, of the courtyard, along the shadows of the building, are left empty for patrons to pass through to reach the different shops on the inside. After talking to an attendee, you quickly find your kitchen space. A number of various different vegetables, meats and spices left before you, and everyone settles in. At the very front of this class, on a wooden platform, you see a young woman. She can't be any older than 20. Mousy brown hair pulled into a wiry bun and a white pinafore over her clothes, and she addresses all of you. Welcome to our chef's course, brought to you as sponsored by the Sterling Family Butchers, here in the Thandela. Sorry, don't know if you can hear that, but
Yeah, I heard.
oh, for fuck's sake.
Ours.
Oh, my ovaries, do it again.
Frick. Okay. We are so excited to have you all here to teach you how to make foods that will help keep you and your families fed and healthy. After each of our lessons here, we invite you to take the foods you have prepared using our pristine instructions to give to your friends or to those who frequent the Thandela here today. Rest assured that all of the ingredients that you'll be using are of utmost quality. At this point, attendees begin walking down the aisles, handing out instructions and additional ingredients that may have been missed. Your eyes scan over the instructions, Roshana, and it's like being on Bake Off. The instructions are extremely minimalist, and they don't really explain why things are done in a certain way. You're just expected to follow them and, sort the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Today we'll be making canard à l'orange. Good luck. We'll both be walking back and forth to see how you're all doing. So, as the rest of the people here are definitely struggling, Roshana, with your innate wisdom and from having grown up around these ingredients and preparation, you begin expertly preparing the dish. You even have time to turn around and help the students behind you in rolling the oranges before pressing them to get the max amount of juice out of them.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes apparent to you very quickly as Nora Sterling and Peter Sterling begin walking back and forth amongst the students that they really aren't here to help. Or even teach, for that matter. They're doing the bare minimum as they're walking back and forth. It seems like they're just there to judge the inexperienced and have a little titter to themselves. But you notice that Nora's face sours a little bit as she approaches you. Oh. And what exactly do you think you're doing?
Helping others where they need help.
That wasn't exactly in the instructions now, was it?
I just had time left over because I was already done myself.
And she looks over at the immaculately prepared dish. Interesting. And what did you say your name was?
Buffet.
Sorry?
Buffet.
She stares at you blankly for a moment. Right. Well, don't get ahead of yourself. There's plenty for you to learn here. She kind of stomps off. You continue on for the remainder of the week, Roshana, making different meals, desserts, and snacks until the weekend. Midway through the week, however, you head over to the Moongrove Temple as the Moongay celebrations are beginning to die down, and Priestess Alara grabs a hold of you.
It is time. Have you brought your new holy symbol?
Yes, I have.
Very well. Go to the pond and take in the moons.
Of course.
So you head round to the back of the Temple of Saloon. That same grove of trees surrounding the still waters of the large pond, the one that Kato had his head dunked into. The moons in their current phases are reflecting the symbol of Saloon. Mana waning, Emela is full, and Fera is waxing. Holding your new symbol in your hand, what would you like to do?
I would like to go over the days that we've had since I've gotten the new symbol. And wonder how I can improve myself for helping the others and other people around me.
Okay. Give me a wisdom check with advantage, please.
Ooh. Wisdom. There it is.
Oh, very nice. Standing on the brink of the pond, you feel something push against your shoulders and you tumble in, Roshana. The freezing cold water washes over you and begins hurting your lungs. Let's just change the music real quick. And you descend down, down, down. Much further down than the surface of the pond would lead you to believe in its depth. After the initial shock, you open your eyes and see that the waters are crystal clear. Hundreds upon thousands of tiny little pale stones gleam brightly down here, illuminating the depths of the pond. You feel energy pouring into the water around you from above. You look upwards and see the moons gleaming down at you. The distortion from the now flowing water shows the moons align, and you feel the energy wrap around you, through you, in you. You feel weightless in the depths. And still grasping onto your holy symbol, you look down at it and see that it now, too, glows with the same intensity as the stones around you and the moons above. And despite the water filling your ears, you hear whispered behind you as though being breathed into air. Darkness comes. You must be the light. The shining lights reflected in the stones flicker and fade. The energy dissipates. And Roshana, you realize that you've been holding your breath for far too long and are gasping beneath the surface. You begin careening back up to the water's edge again, and you pull yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
Still cold from the water, but at least the temperature around you now is pretty mild. And now looking at your holy symbol, it still seems to faintly glow. And you feel stronger. Which is to say that every night that Amela is full, you get an additional +1 to your wisdom modifier.
Ooh.
So I'll write that down and we'll discuss it again later.
Mhm.
After which, Priestess Alara just looks at you and knowingly just gives you a nod and a slight smile.
I'm back.
It seems like you are ready.
Yes.
Well, go. Are you participating in the tournament by any chance?
Oh yes, I am.
Good. I look forward to it.
Do I?
Okay. So, on Kilar'une, Roshana and Kato, you continue with your training as normal. Rook, you met briefly with a turtle gentleman in bright armor and were loaned a set of polar bear armor for your medium armor master training. So you'll be carrying that over the weekend, carrying out as normal. Vayne, when you go to meet with Fern in the morning, you see beside her is Luxon.
Oh, bollocks.
Good morning, Vayne.
Morning, Luxon.
Are you ready for the
Morning, Fern.
Morning.
You ready for the second portion of your observational training?
Yes.
Brilliant. Come with me.
Bye,
Give Fern
Vayne.
a nod. Bye, Fern.
She's just waving to
Uh.
you with a look of, a smile, but also quite a bit of concern in her eyes as you leave.
Have a good day. I'll follow Luxon.
And you see he begins walking you down to the Noel's Belly Button Ring Tavern and Inn. So, you've been immersing yourself in Fern's little wacky world.
Yes, it's been interesting.
Yeah. The wilds lose their
Oh.
flavour after a while.
Well, yes, but it was a nice change from taverns and, the streets. Just to have a nice little sit down in the garden for a day or so.
If you say so. Just to let you know, we are heading down there now.
Oh, no, I mean it was more of a nice change of pace for a couple of days, but I'm very much ready to get back to the people.
Good. So, this portion that you had done with Fern, that is to increase your susceptibility to the different stimuli. However, we're now going to go through the proper steps of getting you to read lips and listen in when it's most necessary.
I look forward to it.
Good. Let us head down then. And very much following pace that Baz has brought you down before, you re-enter the hangout.
Yeah.
It's sparse, only a few people about, and even the ones who seem to be there at the moment, they definitely look to be like lock-ins. Didn't make it out the night before after drinking and the like.
And they live here now.
Oh yeah. But down there you do see Dougie.
Doggy.
The halfling individual that you know to be at the top of the fighting leaderboard.
Hmm. Yeah. Does he see me, or am I just like? Is he just there,
No,
like, around?
he's like sat on a very small stool, like legs man spread as much as possible and arms crossed.
Standard.
It
I'll
is
kind
him. Yes, it is, Dougie. Bring him through the paces, will you?
Hello, Dougie.
You. Okay. Sit down on that stool over there.
I'll go and sit down on the stool.
I want you to repeat back to me what I lip speak to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, just give me a perception check, please. Vayne.
Okay, give me a second. Things. Perception. Yeah. 6.
Okay.
I love you.
What?
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 I don't think that was the one.
What the fuck would I say I love you?
I don't know. The way you were looking at me was.
No,
No,
no, read my lips.
Oh, sorry.
Another perception check, please.
Oh my god. It can't be much worse.
Hey.
There you go.
Well,
It still looks like I love you.
he kind of like leans forward, puts one hand on his knee, and he goes, "I'm saying elephant shoes."
Oh. Elephant shoes.
Why would I say I love you?
Well, I mean, you're only human, halfling,
Oh my god.
kind of. Elephant shoes, not something I hear very often. My apologies. Can we try again?
Ugh. You see, Dougie pinches the bridge of his nose. Oh, I suppose I better. Okay, next one. And you continue on for the remainder of the day. So, here we are now, you guys. We are caught up, I believe, and you now have the final weekend ahead of you. before the
Longest
tournament.
recap ever.
Shut
Am
up.
I right? Am
Shut
I
the
right,
fuck up.
guys? Longest recap.
So far.
Fair point.
Ah. So it's the final weekend
So-
before the tournament. And before your downtime period comes to an end, what would you guys like to do?
Vayne is. So we're doing. Is the group all together?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, are we going to be? Does anyone know what's happening in this tournament? I mean, we'll be fighting, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think I should maybe invest in some more resistant clothing?
Oh, what, like full plate? I've been thinking that for a while now.
Not quite what I was going to go for. Not really my style, Rook. But just something a bit more. I don't know. These are just the clothes that I have had for ages. I haven't, you're all well armored and such.
Mhm.
And I wasn't sure maybe there was something of a lighter variety that I might procure. So I might go and speak with our wonderful Adakopter fellow.
You don't have like protective magics.
I do, but
I thought
well,
you've been
not
using
really.
protective magics this whole time. You're telling me we've been bringing you into all of these fights, and you've just got like a piece of like cloth. Well, no
Well,
wonder, Vayne.
I mean, I never said that I was one for being in fights. I was kind of thrust into it. So yes, it might. I think I should probably have a look and see what there's.
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
on
I
the
think we
market.
should probably head over to Suits and Arms and like take some for the first time. I think in our group's existence, take a reasonable course of action.
Okay.
Wait, Zane, are you saying that you don't have any armor of any kind?
I've got some like leatherish padding-y type thing, but nothing of any.
Mechanical benefit.
Yeah. Yes, nothing that actually I would
Hockey
consider as
meta.
armor.
I see.
I think we should start by finding something that could, in theory, stop a blade.
That
Big
would be
dagger.
nice. My sternum still hurts.
And you're not feeling like the full plate.
No, I feel it would cramp my style.
I think
Okay.
it would suffocate.
I mean, you can,
Do any more than death?
if by cramp your style you mean completely weigh you down and make you immobile, then just say that.
Yeah, that part's a problem.
Yes. So when we were breaking into that restaurant, and I had to hold some armor for a short while. I
We're
was
breaking in.
truly well.
No, we were asked to go in unseen
Yes, but yes.
by the owner. We're breaking in.
I
It wasn't.
breaking in is the incorrect terminology. I apologize, Rook. But yes, holding that weighty piece of metal was exhausting. It's not really something that I think would benefit me. If anything, it
Okay.
would be a detriment.
Okay.
So it's like some studded leather or something.
Perhaps yes, something a bit more mobile, a bit more lightweight.
Okay.
We can see what they've got.
Absolutely. To Suits and Arms.
To arms and soups.
What the hell, Kato?
Except I don't exist on the map.
What?
How did we let this happen
Oh
for
wait,
so
I do
long?
exist on the map. Aren't I over here?
I don't know. I thought he, like waves his hand like magic.
Hmm.
Am I on the map? I thought I had a token somewhere.
You can just drag yourself on the map.
It's on the
from
left of the map, I think. I can't find it.
Let's drag a new one on.
Why is everything lagging? Damn it.
There he is.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm going to Suits and Arms. Hello.
I've got to get a proper scabbard for the sword anyway.
Ah, yes, your 15th scabbard, I believe.
Did you not get one this session? I feel like you did.
We got like a basic one, but
Oh,
it's
nice one.
because
You
it
mean.
was in a hurry.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not a basic weapon.
No, it is not.
Exactly.
And make sure you ask to have your like armor fitted as well, not just off the shelf.
I mean,
But I guess we can do
of
that
course.
over at.
You should always have your clothes tailored. Do you not get your clothes tailored?
Oh yeah, when I was young, I used to pop around to the tailor out in the middle of the Zildari wastes.
Oh.
One around every tree, if you can believe it.
Hmm.
Is it a common profession out there?
Hmm.
As common as the tailors around the trees. Lovely.
Mm.
Lovely simile. Alrighty. So you guys head
Yes, I
into the
in.
familiar shop now to you all of suits and arms.
Yeah.
At the far end, you see the same half-elven gentleman, Kato, that has been helping you get your mithril armor. Oh,
Hello again.
hello.
Our friend here, I'd like to peruse some armor.
Hello.
Right, and he gives you the once-over Vayne. What sort of armor are you looking for?
Something quite lightweight, not too cumbersome. Something that I can move around in, ideally. But also something that is, decently protective against someone throwing a dagger at me again.
Right. And you are currently wearing just simple leather armor?
Well, yes, underneath this.
Right. Well, we do recommend that you wear the armor over your clothing, because your clothing can get torn quite easily. And can catch a weapon in a place that you don't want it to be caught.
Yes, that makes sense. Is there a way to make the armor look good, though?
You can do that yourself. You have a hat.
Oh, yes. Oh, good point. Well, yes, but I would have to concentrate on that, would I not?
No.
Well, I can certainly get you some studded leather armor. That would be the next step up. How does that sound to
Sure,
you?
I'm happy to try it on.
Very well. Hold on a moment, please. And he heads round back. Comes back with a slightly heavier set of the armor that you're currently wearing, Vayne. Rivets are kept in place, keeping the bands of leather in order. This would run you about 50 gold pieces. And mechanically speaking, it'd be a 12 plus your dex for your AC.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Hey, Vayne, can you use shields?
I've never tried, so probably not. And can I like hold the armor that he's doing and kind of give it a? Is there a changing room or something that I could potentially try this?
Vayne,
Sure.
it goes on over your clothes. No.
Oh, of course. And I'll start putting it on.
Oh boy.
Quick question: do you take off your shirt to take off the leather armor you got on underneath first?
Well, this is why I asked for a changing room, but someone decided to be a sassy bitch again.
I mean, you can just be like Kato and just,
It's just
go
stripping
full
them
glory. Yeah.
No.
stripping everywhere. I'll just kind of, yeah. No, I'm gonna ask. I would need to take the armor on I have underneath these. Is there a room that I could borrow for a second?
He waves to the other side of the shop, and you do see that there is quite a makeshift kind of dressing room, with just a simple curtain round.
I will pop over and vacate my leather armor and put on the studded or whatever the thing is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's literally just like a 12 plus
your dex.
dex,
Yep.
yeah. So it'd be,
can I ask, just while he's getting ready, if I were to bring you the components of a creature that I'd killed, like the raw hide or the chitinous plates, depending on the type of creature, would you be able to fashion that into a type of armor?
I would not, but I could certainly speak to Fana. He has some expertise in that, yes.
Just to keep in mind going forward.
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to probably get maybe a nicer scabbard for this. Well, this one is functional. I think something to go with it would be nicer.
Mind if I see it?
Hands it to him.
Mm-hmm.
As this is happening, Vayne calls over from within the curtain. Is this flappy bit supposed to go over or under?
Okay, I'm gonna go help him. Are you decent?
Yeah, well, yes.
Alright.
Editor's note, it turns out that he was indeed not decent.
At least more decent than Kato was.
Why the hell is it upside down?
I'm always decent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are these the armor holes? I thought these were the legs. Damn.
What do you think the part in the middle of the armholes was?
Well, sometimes you gotta get down.
Ah,
God damn it. Okay.
Airflow, Rook. Have you never heard of airflow before?
Alright, well, don't have armor there in your next fight and see how it goes for you.
They've invented cups, which defies the point of airflow, but yes.
Just put it
Kato,
on.
as you're at the counter,
The half-elf gentleman looks over the blade and he goes, It's been a while since I've seen something like this. I think we have something in stock. One moment. I'll head round to the back.
By all means.
He eventually returns with a very well-decorated scabbard. The leather has been treated and is most definitely a lot thicker. The inside has been lined with some kind of fur of some kind. Not entirely practical, but
it feels nice.
and on the
Keeps
outside,
the blade nice and warm.
and you see that embroidered on the outside there are numerous different leaf motifs, like filigree down the sides, following the curve of the blade. How's this look to you?
Yes, I think that'll do nicely.
We'll say 10 gold pieces for that.
6,000 gold.
I put down the 10 gold.
Thank you.
Steaks
you.
were made.
Is everything all right over there?
Yes, I think I'm. Yes, I think I'm ready. I kind of come out looking a little bit uncomfortable. It's a little bit heavier, but I think I'll get used to it. Is there anything of a stronger variety than this, or is this the kind of thing that someone of my stature would normally go for?
Well, there are certain armors akin to what you're wearing that can have certain magical enchantments put onto it. I assure you, though, these are quite a pricey endeavor. You could go on to a slightly sturdier armor, one that offers you more protection, but it'll impair your movement a bit more.
No, I need to be able to get away. This would be lovely.
Right.
And how much did you say it was?
50 gold.
If I throw in, like, I trade you my leather armor, would there be a small discount?
Hand me over your leather then, we'll see.
I hand over my leathery armor, which is still nice and warm to the touch.
I could take about 2 gold off of the price.
Okay, 2 gold is 2 gold.
So 48.
Lovely.
Pleasure doing business.
As always, pleasure doing business. 48 gold minus.
No, it's the
However,
minus
we'll-
48.
Minus, so he's giving me 48 gold. Forget it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
sure.
Wait, what? How have I misjudged this? I haven't misjudged.
Okay, anything else, guys?
Hmm.
Nope, that's all. I have an AC of 15 now. Go me.
Congratulations.
I am 1 stronger than I was before. I'm gonna get rid of my actually, can I? Easy way to do this.
Right,
I
stuck
think-
in front of the leather.
Well,
I
yeah, that
wanted
was.
to look for a great app.
Certainly. Great axe, you say.
Mhm.
Give you a moment, I'll see if Fano has everything prepared. And he heads around to the back of the shop where you see the actual blacksmithing side of the actual building itself.
Mhm.
He comes back out again with a rather rudimentary great axe, but it still does the same damage. Yeah, this would be your bog standard great axe.
Mhm.
We're looking at about 30 gold pieces for this.
Oh, that's great for me.
Yes. He hands it over to you. Give it a feel first and see if it's to your liking.
I'll swing it around carefully not to hurt or touch anyone.
Takes out the entire fucking shop.
No, please, please.
Rook gets flashbacks.
Yeah. What of having a great axe plundered into your chest?
Yes.
All the way back
Yes.
on session 1. Oh.
Now the good old days.
Almost being
Right.
cleft in twain.
Yes, that should be 30 gold.
Of course.
Very
About
well.
30 gold.
Enjoy.
Thank you. There.
The half gentleman's eyes just scans over the rest of you. Anything else?
Not from me. I'm good to go.
Perfectly fine. Thank you very much.
Same.
Very well. Enjoy your day.
You too, good man. Or person.
Okay. So I'm assuming, Rook, you are working on your health potion still between
Yeah.
your herbalism kit and Vayne's as well.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, Rook will just go, oh shit, I think I left something boiling. See ya!
I'll go up and check with Rook if I'm not doing anything else that day.
Mhm.
We're caught up 100% now, aren't we? This is live.
Yeah, no, this is
Mhm.
this is live action. Yes.
We are laughing.
Had a
Okay,
section.
cool. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll go up with Rook and check on and give him a hand, like with the potions. As I said, yeah. And just see how it's going.
Lovely stuff. How about you, Roshana and Kato? Anything else?
Not really. Nothing else I can think of.
No.
What time of day is it?
We'll say it's about early morning. Not early morning, but we'll say about 10 or 11. You guys would have had a little bit of a kip in after the week that you've had. Making me soup.
Making me soup.
Hey, Vayne.
Yeah.
I don't want to dwell on it, but did you notice that the last end of the week when I was dressed up in bear armor, that like nobody really said anything about it? Like they didn't find it out of the ordinary.
Uh, I mean, I noticed it. I thought maybe you were.
So my question is like
what-
bear armor really popular in here?
Well, I think for me the reason I didn't bring it up was, well, A, I thought potentially it was something to do with your class, and B, I know that you like animals, and you like to talk to them, so I thought maybe it was like a friend of yours, and I didn't want to impose.
Wait. So one of the reasons you didn't ask me about it is because you thought I was wearing a friend?
Well, not necessarily like a spirit, like the spirit would be in the armor, but maybe it passed away, and you could talk to it to keep it around. I don't know. I thought mostly it would probably be to do with a class of some kind. And also, you looked really cool in it, so.
No, it wasn't mine anyway. Don't have it anymore.
I'm sure we
You're
can
still
find
wearing it,
one.
just FYI.
Oh, shit, I thought we were on the weekend.
We are at the weekend.
Yeah.
Wait, did I not leave it back?
No, you
I
have.
think it goes till
He said
Monday,
to
doesn't it?
wear it over the weekend and come back.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, no one brought it up, so I forgot I was wearing it.
No, I think. I mean, I think it
I've
really.
gotten very
suits you.
used to wearing medium armor. You wouldn't
It- it-
believe.
Feels like you're wearing nothing at all. Yes, I mean, I think it looks very cool on you. Is it as effective as your scale mail?
Oh, gods, no.
Oh, that's a shame. But perhaps you could get some kind of like add-ons for your scale mail to make it look a bit cool. Because I must say, with the fur on your cloaky spike wood thing and the bare face, it looks very fearsome. I imagine you running at me with a stick, and it's terrifying.
I feel like the fur will clash with the crocodile, though. I don't want to look like a complete animal.
Well, I suppose. Well, you could. I remember my mother telling me a story once about animals that were like mixes of different things, like a lion's head and a zebra's body and like claws and bird wings.
Sounds more like a monstrosity to me than a beast.
Well, perhaps yes. But still, I mean, I think
No,
I think you look cool. I don't know why anyone else hasn't mentioned it. As I say, I didn't mention it because I didn't want to impose on you.
All right, well, just keep an eye on me in case I get too close to an open flame with this thing on.
I will endeavor to ensure you're not set on fire. Although, with your new, and I kind of do like a weird like magical fingers thing, with your new abilities, you'll have to remind me because you set yourself on fire the other day and it was fine, and there was fireworks. It was. Yeah.
That one's not really a concern because we're going to be in a very bad way if I'm doing that anywhere near myself.
Okay. Oh, I see. I'll generally, if you're near a torch, I'll keep an eye on you.
Are you good around fire, Vayne? I don't know if this is an insensitive question, but I know people of your particular heritage are sometimes better when it comes to fire. Should I avoid fireballing you, or are you cool with it, if circumstance allows?
I mean, I would rather you didn't, but if you did, I think for people, my people, fire isn't as effective. But I would rather you didn't
Good
set
to
me
know.
on fire. not an enjoyable experience, but it's slightly less painful, I assume, than setting a human on fire.
Your notes have been taken into consideration.
Thank you, Rook. I'm glad you asked me before just randomly bursting me into flames.
If that helps you, then that helps me.
Can I click my fingers and give myself similar armor to Rook?
Sure.
So, get polar berry or whatever it is. I think it's polar berry, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And we just sit there and over our little herbalism kit.
Professor Gilmore, the two are doing drugs and they're like wearing matching uniform made like polar bear. I don't know what to do.
This observatory's ours now.
And this is our secret clubhouse. Leave.
Alrighty. We'll see for the sake of brevity as well that you guys at some point during the weekend head to Plumes and Presentation, knowing that you have quite a fancy party coming up.
Oh yeah, that's definitely somewhere I meant to go.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And Fazian kits you all out with some new swag.
You're aware of my requirements.
Yeah, and the clothing will be ready for you to collect the 6 o'clock before the party starts in the evening.
How much money does this clothing cost?
Well, in all, we'll say
Nothing.
about 40 gold pieces for the lot of you.
Oh, for everyone. Cool.
What we could do is send me up. I'll have a look at all of the items, and then we'll say we don't need these, and then I'll click my fingers and seaming us.
Feels like cheating.
and then leave, putting our middle fingers up at the Fazian. Yeah, that's what you get for saying my boots look chilly. You fuckwit. but no, I'll happily pay 40.
Alrighty. Is there anything else you want to attend to? If it is desperate, we can come back to it later. But we'll say for the time being that the weekend does come to an end, and you guys attend your final 2 days of lessons. Roshana, you are busy making different desserts, snacks, and meals at your chef's course. Kato, you have many a wriggly soup, many an hour of wondering why did I do this to myself? Why? I can't feel my toes. Why? Rook, a slightly different turn of events for you. You turn up to the arena on Kilar'une, and you see that turtle individual is there once more. And he says, hope you had a good weekend. Wearing your lesser armor.
Legitimately forgot I had it on.
Good. We're gonna do an obstacle course now. And given that it is lesser, you're going to want to find a way to make the armor suit your need in the particular moment, okay?
Okay.
So whether it's hugging it to yourself or, I don't know, using someone else as a meat shield. We'll go with that.
I can
Okay.
do that.
2 of you line up against the obstacle course that you see, like various different rope swings and stealth tasks that you have to do in order to get the armor. Well, you're kind of like attuning to the medium class armor as such. You've worn it plenty of times before, but you're trying to like meld it in a way that it has additional benefit to you.
Am I lined up side by side with some other guy?
Pretty much, yeah.
Rook just turns to them when we're about to set off and just goes, "Hello, meat shield."
And
Let's
go! And then, Vayne, you are down with Ducky again.
Why do you keep telling me you love me?
What? When I say that I love you, I keep fucking telling you it's elephant shoes.
Well, why does an elephant need shoes?
I don't know. Look,
Okay.
we'll take a breather. Go listen in on someone else.
Okay. Someone that's not talking about elephants all the time. I see.
Hey, I was given the instructions for this class to give you. Not a. I don't fucking know. Okay, bye.
Oh, bah. Bah.
Bye.
Bad bitch. Bad bitch.
Okay. And with that, you guys gain your additional feats.
Poggies.
Hooray!
We did it.
You did it. We did it, Joe. And
So proud of
after your 2 grueling weeks of working 12 hours per day, trying to cram as much information and knowledge into your heads as possible, pushing your joints, the sinew of them, the tendons and ligaments that make up your body, to the extremes. On Kalamadi night, you kind of settle round the Doulahan's head. Vale comes down with a very light dinner for you all. Just a very simple roast chicken, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Green beans. And you sit there, haggard and sore, but accomplished. Specifically, you, Rook, you got 3 feats this. No,
I did it.
2 feats and 1 proficiency.
Damn.
I can cut up those bodies good.
Yep, Kato. You can outrun the best of them. And you can spend longer on the toilet seat before passing out.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm glad me jumping on your back really inspired you to up your cardio.
Yep, and Roshana, you know how to knock down the best of them, and you were able to make some very tasty treats for your friends.
Yes.
Well, you also technically gained a proficiency in your feat as well. So yeah, well done.
So did
Vayne-
I, technically.
Oh, you took up a proficiency and a feat.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
One of the
I
better
can
feats,
make
though.
wood.
My god.
I know, it's not like that shit grows on trees.
Mm-hmm. True.
So yeah, is there anything you'd like to do in this final night before tournament day tomorrow?
Could I have actually picked up another one of those flasks from Beans?
Oh, of course.
But you were going to say another feat. I was like, well,
Can I have another feat?
Calm
Hey.
yourself.
Don't ask, don't get.
I mean, not wrong, but I believe the like opposite is ask too much and get slapped.
Mm-hmm.
Well, gotta test your limits some way.
Well, I suppose that's true. Right.
So yeah, you can grab another flask. No bother.
Perfect. Hand out all the potions. And Roshana, I'm sure you recall vividly, but just a reminder, you do still have that scroll of cure wounds
Oh yeah.
in case it comes up in the upcoming trials.
Not another trial.
I'm just saying we should probably be ready to put our best foot forward.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Well, where are we? Doulahan's.
In the Doulahan's head, yeah.
It's dinner time, things are winding down.
I would like to get a glass of wine
Yeah.
and a toast to our friendship our future and persons not present. Oh,
Here,
clink
here.
glasses.
Here, here.
Here,
Boy,
here.
boy. Are we putting 10 gold each for the
For the clothes.
outfits? Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Take 10 gold out. Actually, I'm just going to put a platinum in. There you go. Thanks. Okay, cool.
Rook's going to begin the process of carbo loading for the day coming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All the potatoes.
Give me
Mhm.
All
all of the
potatoes.
potatoes and garlic bread.
Ooh.
Vayne will also maybe play a few songs from his viol throughout the evening. Just, nothing fancy, just playing around.
Yeah. Anything else the rest of you like to do, or do you want to jump on ahead?
I would like to share the desserts I made today.
Sorry?
The desserts that I made with the course thing.
Oh, lovely. Yep. So,
What kind of desserts are they?
I am looking something up right now.
Mhm.
how about you, Kato?
I can't really think of anything.
No worries.
The dessert is coconut tart that's made with a toasted coconut sable crust. It's then filled with rich, smooth, and creamy coconut panna cotta. Then it's
Ooh.
beautifully decorated with strawberry jelly, fresh strawberries, toasted coconut, and sprinkle of pink peppercorns for a savory flavor.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow!
You're making me hungry.
I'm gonna
Damn.
shove that directly in my face.
Oh,
You're making
gonna
me
get in the
hungry.
way of the carbo loading, but
welcome.
I'll make space.
Oh no.
Now I want that.
Yep, same.
Yeah, you and everyone in this call.
Look what you did.
How could you?
Could be a useful burst of sugary energy for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know if you wanted to make any then, or
I don't have the ingredients myself, sadly.
tragic.
And as a, multicultural as the guild is here, I'm not sure that the grocers carry coconuts.
I don't think so, yeah.
Oh, dear. Strawberries, yes.
Mhm. I mean,
Must be once
thinking
a-
about how posh and snob the Sterlings were, I would think they would have those.
Yeah,
yeah.
they just have coconut trees in their place, It's like
Yeah, yeah.
Just tied around.
every day's Hollywood over here. Yeah, okay. If you're ready to continue on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, the day you have all been working for has arrived. You wake up the next morning, your bodies are aching, your minds are weary, but the promise of excitement and a lovely fancy meal after the tournament spurs you on. You each awaken to the sounds of adventurers and guildsmen outside, already starting their day, too excited to stay in their bed much longer. The air has a buzz to it that settles in each of your stomachs with the anticipation of things to come. Surprisingly, the sky of Clancamrye is clear today. The clouds have dispersed and the sun is raining down above you. The tournament starts at noon. It will take you just over an hour to get there by carriage. But for now, the day is yours. What would you like to do?
I'm going to brew some coffee in the morning.
Lovely.
Do you want me to brew some for you as well, Roshana? Top up that flask.
Yeah, please. I'll give you
Okay.
my flask.
I'll brew enough to fill up the 3 flasks.
Good stuff.
Vayne will be preening and prancing and other P words. Making himself look fantabulous.
That's with a P as well, is it? PH.
Yeah,
Fantabulous. Lovely.
fantabulous, yeah, that's the one. Happy. Yeah, apart from that, that's breakfast, getting ready, making sure he's feeling pumped, and making sure he looks the part.
Shall we head in early just so we can get an idea of what kind of area we'll be operating in?
Sure.
I don't see why not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good to get a lay of the land.
Alrighty. So after your hearty breakfast at the Doolahans, they give you the full breakfast on the house. Teas and not so runnery coffees abound, but you get your fill and head out towards the Colosseum. Call the carriage on over. Clark gives you all a celebratory thumbs up, which you've never seen him do before, but he does it anyway.
He's got hands.
Of course he has fucking hands!
And as I said it, I was like, how the fuck's he handed us things?
Yes. Good luck out there, you all.
Thank
you.
So you take the carriage over. It's roughly an hour's drive, or just over. And even as you arrive, you see the sun-gleaming arena. Colourful flags and banners are flittering slightly in the wind. And even at this early hour, a sea of what looks to be thousands upon thousands of people are all gathered around, waiting to be let inside. The carriage rounds the outskirt of the arena, eventually pulling up into the shadows behind the building. See a helmed guard approaches and taps on the window. Your business?
Competitor.
Right, and who are you representing?
The Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, righty. And he flicks through a couple of the pages on his little clipboard. Kato
Vayne, Rook,
Lester,
Roshana. Yes,
Mr. Rook, Roshana Shabafay, and Vayne.
that's the one.
He steps back, pulls the door open with him. Best of luck in the tournament. Make Colburn proud.
Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day.
Enjoy the festivities when you can.
He gives a knowing nod. So,
I palm him a gold, two gold pieces.
it's not necessary, sir.
For being such a lovely fellow and having to work today. Enjoy yourself.
He doesn't take it.
I put it back in my point. Fucking.
You head into the back of
Well.
the Colosseum, led by an attendee, walking between numerous folks wearing all manner of armor, sporting bizarre-looking weapons. Some are carrying books, others are holding wands and staffs. Definitely seems like all manner of folk are here looking to participate. Amongst the natter in the distance, you hear a booming voice, almost seeming to resound from in the center of the arena, which reaches your ears.
Please,
I can do that.
everyone, find your seats. The event shall start shortly. Please feel free to purchase refreshments at the allocated areas.
You leave the noise and rabble in the distance as the attendee directs you down the corridors, leading to a large room with a few large cloth-covered tables in the center. They're covered in food and drink. In 3 of the corners, you see different groups of individuals, seemingly tied together by different uniforms or other similar equipment. To the far left, you see a group of robed and armored fellows. They seem to be sporting wands and rapiers. Rook, from your time in the academy, you noticed these individuals seem to be academy students or faculty. You're not entirely certain, but they definitely have that look about them. To the far right, then, you see a group dressed in all matching shining silver armor, and wielding great swords and axes. And then, immediately to your right, as you enter, a rather unassuming group who you kind of think to yourselves, wait, are they here to entertain us? Yeah, there seems to be like quite a fancy do. Looks to be a bunch of performers, apparently, are joining the battle fray. Some with their instruments and others with their swords and scimitars that they're currently juggling and just showing off. The attendee points you to your left, and in the empty corner right now, well, mostly empty, you see Vivek Alvis is currently standing. Right, so you made it.
So it would seem we managed not to mess it up. Are we late?
We
Early?
arrived.
You're, I'd say on time.
Okay, well, we
for a
were,
competitor, yes.
we were intending on being early, so this is already a great start.
Well, you'll see that everything will tend to run a little bit late as the festivities begin, anyway. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Very well.
Are there many other groups from the guild, the Adventurers Guild that is competing today?
Not so much, no, it is you.
Oh,
No pressure.
so it's on us to paint us all in a good light.
Yes, and you see Alvis's eyebrows lift up. And please remember that you're all representing the guild, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ultimately, all that we're asking is that you do your best.
Are there any groups here that, you know, is there any sort of rivalries we should be aware of?
Well, usually this is all a bit of good fun. I suppose you could say that there is a bit of a rivalry with the Arcane Academy, and she kind of points down the end of the room to the robed individuals. But as I said, it's not fierce rivalry. There won't be any shenanigans about.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that group over there, and she points diagonally across from you, across the table of food and drink. The fancy-looking fellows in their armor, they're from Lythandrios. And then this lot, she points across the doorway. They're from Emel, apparently. Not entirely certain what they do or why they're here, but apparently this is what they wanted to do, so whoever organized this isn't going to stop them.
You see.
Righty. Yes, so Gilmore had basically handpicked you to represent the guild this time, but I have been asked to give you a few words as well before you go in. Just so that you know, the tournament, as you are well aware, has 3 rounds. The first one is a timed event, you'll all be pitted against various different monsters. They'll all be of similar difficulty to slay, but the group that takes the longest to kill their batch, they will be booted from the tournament. The second one then is also timed. It's a scouting mission for a particular item within the arena. So within the grounds itself, it won't go any further than that. That also comes with its own perils. You won't know immediately what the item is. You will be given a clue. And looking between you, Rook, and Roshana, I think you two have the capability to perhaps find certain items using magics.
Yes.
Not today, but
I was about to say you can prepare after the break, during the break. Like
Okay.
you were told this before by Gilmore.
well, will such magic come in handy?
It will,
Or
if you can figure out what the item is, of course.
I will keep that in mind.
Then finally, it's an all-out brawl against one of the larger monsters that they have gathered for this event.
And when you say an all-out brawl, do you mean all of the remaining groups?
No,
Or the one remaining group after the first 2 trials?
well, after the first 2 trials, 2 groups should be booted, and then there'll be 2 monsters, one for each of the groups to slay, and whoever is successful or does it with greater might will be deemed the winner.
And generally they're the same monster.
Either the same or, again, of same level of difficulty in slaying.
Okay.
All of the technicality side of things have been brought together by the Venators.
Good to know.
Are there any other questions that you lot have for me?
We'll do our
Do
best.
you know what the item is?
I do not.
Who would?
Well, it changes per each group.
Ah, I see. Useful. Very well. I think that's all the questions I have.
Yeah.
And one more thing, just so that
do
you're aware.
Right.
Given the nature of, well, there's no other way to put it, death in Clancamrye, there will be a certain spell cast upon all 4 of you, as with all the other participants here, to ensure that should you go unconscious, that the monster won't be able to attack you. Which is to say that if you go down, the rest of you, and she looks at all of you, the rest of you have to be on the ball and get them back up immediately. Otherwise,
You heard that, guys. Make sure you get me back up.
otherwise, that person will be teleported to the infirmary here in the arena, and they will be out of the match. And I can assure you, having one less person on the field is not going to be helpful for you.
Luckily, I
Suppose
think
not.
it's well within our group's particular abilities to ensure that if any of us go down, we can get them back up.
Yeah.
We'll try and do you proud. And the whole Adventurers Guild.
Well, I'd hope you'd want to do it for yourselves as well, given that future employers are probably watching.
Oh, yes, of
Personally,
course.
I'm quite excited.
I have a mixture of excitement and nerves.
I see. Well, I think that's everything that Gilmore wanted me to say to you. I'll be nattering about. If there's anything else that you want to ask me, fire away. But for the time being, eat, drink, socialize, do what you need to before the tournament starts.
I do have one question, actually.
Mm-hmm.
How do each of these rounds begin? I mainly ask because are we to stand in an allotted area until we're told to go? Are we allowed to cast enhancing spells during that time to prepare ourselves? What's the procedure here? I would hate to step over any lines.
So the gate will go up, you will be let out, and you'll be asked to stand within the semicircle that is surrounding the gate. It's very easy to see, you won't miss it. You have about 5-6 seconds to prepare yourself, and then the other gate will open and the monsters will be released.
Perfect. Thank you.
Alrighty, I'm going to get a drink.
Enjoy.
Enjoy the festivities.
In the far distance, that same booming voice resounds again in the center of the arena. And you hear that the rabble has continued to grow while you've been chatting away. People of Clancamrye and beyond, you are most welcome to our Warriors' Day celebrations. I am Lord Follow-Dwin, Minister of Entertainment and the Arts, and I am delighted to host you here in the Warriors' Arena, as we have done so for over 100 years. May the gods see our efforts and vigor, and bolster us with the same. We have many events for you to enjoy today, culminating in our main event, where we will see 4 groups take on various beasts and monsters that threaten us in Kali. The Warriors' Day Tournament! Cheers round up before Follow-Dwin continues. But first, I ask that you put your hands together for the elite of the King's Guard as they take on the burning beast of Pyrden, Raknir Vigilhorn. Cheers go off again, and you see off to the side, a very slow waterfall has begun, where 2 women have stood, basically putting their hands up to the ceiling, and just a sheet of water just begins to pour down into a small little pool below and dissipates into nothing. And on that sheet of water, you can see the arena outside. You see numerous warriors running towards Raknir Vigilhorn, the Minotaur, with a flail just swinging around his head as he knocks foe after foe down in the midst of battle.
Can I ask a quick question?
Of course.
Is the water crystal clear?
It is.
So you could say it's liquid crystal definition.
We're going to take
Also
a break
known
here,
as
guys.
An LCD screen.
Oh my god.
We're going to take a break here, guys. See, about 20
Oh my
minutes.
gosh.
In this time,
Alright.
please prepare any spells or anything else that you want to have prepared. Make sure you've got your health potions divvied up.
Mm-hmm. We should each have. Well, I've got. We should. I think you gave out 2 to each of us, yeah?
Yes.
I had 1 already, so I've got 3. Cool.
The standard, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
potions.
Regular. And Kato, Rook is also going to give you one of the coffee flasks that he has.
Alright.
For your benefit, it's an action to drink, and it basically casts haste on you.
Oh.
The caveat being that after the duration, you get the normal lethargy sort of washes over you, and then you have to make a con save DC 15 to avoid a point of exhaustion.
Oh, good.
It's 25 gold pieces for a reason.
Yeah, it's also
Oh,
really
good.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haste. Free haste. Yeah, thank you.
And I can I assume that there's no concentration effect attached to it?
No, there isn't. No.
It's very good.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say. For a second, I thought you were gonna say like, "Oh no, there is."